So if you're looking to move paper assessments online, Edulastic is a great resource. Most of the features you need are included in the free version. It's easy to sign up on both educator part and student parts. So if you were signing up as a teacher, you'd hit the Join for Free button as a teacher, and then you'd put in your Office 365 credentials, and you would be all signed in as a teacher. Now, I already have an account, so I'm going to click the Sign In button. I'm going to use my Office 365 credentials, and I'm in. So this is my dashboard. I have classes for my English 9. I've been playing around with that during our absence from school. And then I have a temp class that I set up so I could see what it looked like on the part of a teacher. So I'll show you how to create classes and assign things and all that, but I want to run through some of the features before doing that. So you can create assessments. You can see on the left-hand side, this is assessments. These are all assessments I've been working on during the break. You can click on a new assessment, and then you can search from the library. So if I want to do, before I created my own, maybe I want to look to see what other people have done. So one of the nice things about this is they do have a lot of MCAS tests. So I'm going to type in MCAS and search. And you can see they actually have tests from the MCAS 2018 English Language Arts, and they do have all the disciplines 2016, 2017 Math, some of the science, biology, 2017 biology here, and they actually have versions that people created. Again, one from the state. So if we open up one of these, you can see the questions, and you can assign these questions yourself. Okay, you can hit assign, you'd assign it to your class. If I want to create my own assessments, that's relatively easy also. I'm going to click new assessment. I'm going to give it a name. All right, and I can put in the subject matter, whatever subject it is, any standards I might want to put in, whether it's Common Core. I believe Massachusetts has their own ELA. I can put in the standards. I typically use Common Core. And when I want to create my own question, I go to author new question. And you see there's different types of questions. There's the classic question type, multiple choice, multiple selection, a text drop down if I want to do an essay, shorter text, true or false, or I want to upload a file. There's also enhanced questions, numeric, all the way down, graphing, number lines, pictographs, match the following, a drawing response, labeling an image, a passage base, and then there's some more here, matching tables, drag and drop. I haven't gotten a chance to fool around with most of these yet. I've actually been using most of the multiple choice. I did use the match the following, which is kind of nice. So you click your question type you want to do, multiple choice. You put your text. Your answers. If you want to delete an answer, you hit this. If you want to add answers, you hit that. You mark the one that is correct. How many points you want. So if you were doing different question points, you can do the standards if you want. Depth of knowledge, depth of knowledge, a skill level. If you want to give a hint, and when you're all set, you hit save and proceed. All right, I'm just going to pick, but you have all the different Common Core standards here. So you can pick and choose the one that it fits if you want. And there's my question. All right, so I have this test right now has one question. I can assign another question if I wanted to. I can preview it. So this is what it looks like on the part of the students. And submit. They can do it from their computer or a phone. Okay. And then I hit submit when I'm all set. It gives me, this is what the students would see. So I got that question correct. When you're ready to publish or assign it to a class, you put the grade level. So we're going to make it grade 9, ELA 1 point, boom, boom. And then you can save it. If I'm creating something ahead of time, I publish and assign later, or if I'm ready to assign, I can assign it to my particular classes. So I might say, all right, I'm going to assign this to my temp class. It begins on June 1st, ends on June 8th. Okay. I can choose individual students if I want. I can make it timed. This is some of these are paid features. The safe exam is paid. Partial credit if it's a multiple answer question. And then I can hit assign. Okay, I can see this is the library. Different types of questions that other people created. We went over this. Here's reports. This is kind of nice. I can see reports from my students. So if I go into English 9 and I look at some of my assessments, all right, view assessments. So these are the assessments they've done. The determining tone, I can look what they've done. I want to see their responses. I can pause it. I can close it. I can update if I make changes to it, but I want to see the responses. So now I got a nice little chart that shows me what the average score is, the individual questions, how they've done. So I can see question number 16, they had a really tough time on. Question 18, question 20, so towards the tail end of this, they had a tough time. I can see individual students' responses, what their scores are, what their the questions that gave them a hard time. I can actually open up one of them and see what they responded to each question. How far they've gotten along. For example, I was a student, I haven't started this one. So it's kind of some nice features. I can look individually at a question. So look at that one that they didn't do so well on. Who got it right, who got it wrong, what the question was, each individual student, what they put for a response. So this might be, if I see this, might be a question, all right, I need to spend more time on this. So that's a quick rundown. The best way to fool around with this is, you can see what it does is to try it out yourself. Now let me show you what it looks like on the part of a student. So this is a student. This would be the class that he is in. If he wants to join another class, I forgot to show you this. There is a code that you get. So they just put the class code. It's usually 5 letters and hit join class, and they're in the class. That's it. So this is this visit class. These are assignments he's done. This is one you can see assignments he's done. Didn't do too well here. Didn't do too well here. But we can hit start this assignment, and you can see the assignment I just created. I want you to double check before you get to the end of the test, and if you're sure, hit submit. And it gives you a score. So the student got 100%. So they can see, if you break it down by Common Core, you can see how this goes. My class information, and then all the assessments they've done so far. So relatively easy to use on both parts. I can show you that class code. So if I was going to manage a class, I'm going to hit this. There's the class code. that student who's using this is the other one. All I did, I sent out the class code to my student, told them to log in with Office 365, and they were able to do that even though I wasn't with them. All right, these are all my students when they signed in and whatnot. So that's a quick rundown. Again, the best way to use it is just to try it while we're not in school.